You breathe. The day's noise folds like a fan. There's a pressure in your chest, a tiredness sleep can't cure. Today, here, you raise your vibration permanently, not a promise, an engine shift. You drop guilt, anger, the rush that drags you. You open a space of impeccable attention. Your body settles, your mind stops biting its own tail, your heart learns a different pulse. You become clear, steady, lucid. You're not running from the world, you're tuning it. From this instant, every decision is born less from fear and more from the silence that knows. You raise your vibration and it doesn't fall back because you anchor it in concrete, repeated, joyful acts. That is you now. Why can I state something so big? Because it isn't a trick or a pretty phrase. It's mechanical, human, trainable. When you change the quality of your attention, the chemistry of your emotions changes. When emotions change, your choices change. When choices change, your results change. This isn't magic, it's cause and effect. Vibration is the tone in which you think, feel, and act. And that tone can be educated, sharpened like a sword, polished like a mirror. It rises when you release what drags you down, resentment, envy, comparison, complaint, the last notification that hypnotizes you. You rise when you return to the essential, presence, compassion, clarity. The journey begins. Listen, it's not an end, it's a threshold. There's something in you that doesn't age, an eye that looks behind your eyes. Sometimes you brush it at sunset when the sun drops and for a second you desire nothing. That second is a crack. Light enters there. Picture a dark room. On the floor, a rope looks like a snake. Your heart pounds, fear rises, muscles tighten. You switch on the lamp. It was only a rope. Vibration drops when you confuse ropes with snakes. It rises when you turn on the light. The switch is attention. Where you place attention, you place your life. The common enemy has many names: inertia, clutter, noise. It's a small, persistent army, habits repeated until you believed they were you. The first act of rebellion is to watch them without a fight. Yes, observe, like someone discovering a constellation in the sky, scattered points that suddenly form a figure. Attend to your breath. It enters like a wave, leaves like another. Count to 4 as you inhale, to 4 as you exhale, that's all. Your nervous system understands there is no danger. Vibration, clenched like a fist, opens like a hand. Do it several times a day, especially before deciding, before speaking, before replying. Most conflicts that steal your energy are born of breathless responses. Now let's speak of the mirror. Every emotion you hold tints the world you see. If you wear red glasses, everything looks red. If you wear fear glasses, everything looks like a threat. Changing vibration is changing glasses, not worlds. It's done in 3 steps: see, release, cultivate. See, notice what you feel without telling a story. This is anger. This is sadness. Name it softly. Naming lowers the fire. The word creates a right distance. You are no longer the emotion. You are looking at it. Release. Exhale longer than you inhale. Feel where the body grips. Jaw, chest, abdomen. Loosen a millimeter. Don't force. Don't fight the wave. Surf it. Releasing isn't giving up. It's stopping the monster's feeding. Cultivate. Here your vibration climbs. Emptying isn't enough. You must plant. Concrete gratitude, not declaimed. 3 small, precise things today. The cold glass of water, that person's laugh, the stripe of light on the floor. Write them. The hand on paper makes roots. The mind will say, this is naive. Let it talk. Give it a seat, not the steering wheel. Higher intelligence doesn't argue, it observes. Vibration rises when you stop winning debates and start winning peace. Think of the story of a man who lived many centuries ago, who through wars and remorse decided to become a better ruler. He discovered that the force that wins obedience doesn't win loyalty. Fear commands, but it doesn't transform. That inner turn changed kingdoms. What kingdoms change when you turn? Behind the curtain of noise, there's a thread. pull it and the tapestry arranges itself. That thread is mindful attention. Simple, yes, but not easy. So we'll design training, not for a faraway retreat, but for your life today. Morning anchors, before touching the phone. Sit and feel the weight of the body. 3 breaths counted to 4. Ask, what is essential today? One thing, write it. Do an invisible act of generosity, an honest message, a small help, a smile that asks for no receipt. Generosity cleans the filters. Midday. Stop everything for 1 minute. Listen to 5 sounds. Include the farthest. That game rearranges your inner acoustics. Drink water with full presence. Feel how it descends. A silent toast with your own body. Adjust your spine. Posture changes thoughts. Straightening is raising an antenna. Night. Repeat the inventory. 3 precise gratitudes. 1 learning. 1 apology if needed. Sleeping in peace is moving up a floor while you sleep. There are traps. First, spiritual perfectionism. Wanting to be light all the time. True light doesn't deny shadow. It embraces it with lucidity. Second, confusing pleasure with high vibration. Pleasure is a wave, vibration is a tide. Third, waiting to feel ready before acting. You act first, feel later. Fire lights by rubbing, not by waiting. We said this would be permanent. Permanence isn't rigidity, it's direction. A river isn't rigid, yet its current has a clear sense. Permanence is born from habits that anchor you in the just point, neither clinging to pleasure nor rejecting pain. A middle path that isn't lukewarmness, it's mastery. The rope no longer seems a snake, even in the dark, because your hand knows the texture. Remember the cognitive judo. Instead of fighting dense emotion, you use it. Anger, for example, carries enormous raw energy. Instead of hurling it at someone, translate it into clarity. What value is being violated? What boundary needs drawing? Sadness. What love asks for a goodbye? Envy. What desire of your own have you not honored? By turning each emotion into information, you become an alchemist. Vibration rises because everything, even discomfort, becomes an ally. Imagine a spiral. Not a vicious circle, not a rigid line, it ascends. You return to the same themes, but 1 floor higher. That's the sign that this works. Old problems don't vanish at once. They become teachers. Suddenly, what used to overwhelm you now fits in your hand. There's a forgotten art, walking. Walking without earphones, without artificial hurry, 1 step per breath. Let your gaze rest on the horizon. The body knows, the earth teaches. 10 minutes like this and the mind slips into another frequency as if you changed radio stations. You raise vibration because you retune to what asks nothing in return. Sky, wind, tree. Outer noise reflects inner noise. Organize a shelf. Throw away what's broken. Donate what you don't use. Not decoration, ethics. Clutter steals attention. Attention is gold. Whoever protects attention protects destiny. Words are vibration too. Speaking with precision refines the world. Avoid absolutes. Always, never. Prefer the true. Today it's hard. Right now I feel. Apologize without theater. Thank without debt. Say no without guilt. Every yes and every no tunes life's string. A tuned instrument plays better, even if the melody is simple. And now a non-secret secret. The heart can be trained. Place your hand on your chest and repeat in silence. May I be well. May you be well. May all be well. You don't need to feel it perfectly to practice it. Intention opens a door. Doing it a few minutes daily softens the gaze with which you look at yourself and the world. Vibration rises when you divide less, me there, them here, fewer walls, more bridges. The mind will say, this takes time. Yes, like everything that matters, but there are clean shortcuts. 1, rest. Sleep is sacred technology. Dim screens earlier, lower the lights, thank 3 things, release 1 worry. 2, Guard what enters through your senses, music that cleans you, readings that expand you, conversations that lift you. 3. The body. You don't need a temple. Your body already is one. Moving it daily is praying with muscles. Let's speak of the larger tapestry. Millions before you asked how to live with inner dignity. They found paths that rhyme, gentle discipline, attention to the present, compassion beginning at home. They found that suffering often arises from wanting reality to be different than it is, and that freedom isn't total control, but seeing what appears without clinging to it or pushing it away. When you stop demanding the moment be other than it is, the moment opens. Their vibration ascends without strain. Look at any day of your life and you'll see the pattern. You chase something, get it, the shine fades. Or you fear something, it arrives, you survive. The roller coaster exhausts. You truly rise when you sit in the car's center and stop chasing and fleeing. The most revolutionary act you can do is be present, not passivity, waste-free power. They'll speak of destiny, luck, character, useful but incomplete. There is a pocket of freedom where the tone of your life is set, small and huge at once, the instant before reacting. If you guard it, if you widen it through practice, you choose from a higher place. That becomes permanent because you repeat it until it becomes second nature. The way you learn to read or drive, you learn to respond, and you respond with less fear and more truth. Want to measure your vibration? Watch your patience. Watch your sense of humor. Watch how you treat the one who can't serve you. Watch how you speak to yourself when you fail. The tone with which you treat yourself is the floor of your inner house. Raise the floor, and the whole house rises. There's a precious discipline, sitting in silence each day, like sitting to watch the sea. Expect nothing. The mind will bring waves. You return to the breath gently, or to a short word that is a lighthouse. Start with a few minutes. When it hurts, adjust posture, not purpose. One day, without announcement, you'll feel the silence looking back at you. It's the eye behind your eyes. Sometimes you'll break. Good. Cracks are entrances. Light breathes through them. Don't try to be up all the time. Learn to fall with grace and rise without drama. Permanence lives in the return, not in the height. When in doubt, return to the concrete. Water, air, earth, fire. Water, drink with attention, bathe as if blessing yourself, cry when it's time. Air, breathe as if borrowing life, release the sigh you've carried all day. Earth, touch a plant, cook something simple, tidy your table. Fire, a candle at dusk, the sun on your skin, the warmth of a sincere conversation. Do this and your day changes color. And if one day changes, many change. The permanent is born from the everyday. Now we'll name this compass, because the map has existed for centuries, crossing mountains and oceans. It speaks of seeing with right attention, thinking with right intention, speaking with right speech, acting with right action, earning with right livelihood, striving with right effort, remembering with right mindfulness, and focusing with right concentration. An 8-petaled path, a wheel that turns without squeaking when well greased. It doesn't ask you to isolate from the world, it invites you to inhabit it cleanly. And it mentions 4 truths, as simple as stones. There is pain, attachment feeds it, it can be released. There is a path to do so. None of this is dogma, it is practice. When you bring that compass to the office, the market, the family table, your vibration no longer depends on outer weather. It becomes its own climate. People feel something different and can't name it. Rest. You become someone in whom others can breathe. Some think raising vibration is smiling all the time. No, it is being able to cry without breaking, laugh without losing yourself, love without possessing, say goodbye without hating. It's holding a wide gaze while doing the small with excellence. It is, in the end, being a home for yourself and a refuge for others. Back to you now. The spiral awaits. Close your eyes a moment. Inhale, counting to 4. Exhale, counting to 4. Tell yourself, today I choose clarity. Visualize a luminous cord rising along your spine and aligning you. Feel the floor, gravity, life happening without asking permission. Promise yourself one practicable thing. 1 minute of silence after coffee, a brief walk without a phone, 3 gratitudes before sleep. Nothing heroic. Heroic is sustaining it. There will be noise, rushes, news that thunder and winds that lash, but you will have a lighthouse. When the world pushes you to react, you will respond. When they want you to run, you will walk. When they tell you to hate, you will guard the heart. Then yes, the vibration rises and stays, because it doesn't depend on applause or outcome. It depends on fidelity to what you know puts you in order. One day you'll look back and see the difference like seeing yourself in 2 mirrors. In one, forehead lines heavy, eyes tense, heart like a fist. In the other, not a saint, not a hero, but someone more human, capable of being. That is the silent victory. If you need a last image, take this. A calm lake mirrors the sky precisely, not because the sky changes, but because the water settles. Your life can be that lake. The sky will remain sky, clouds, storms, stars. But when the water calms, everything reflects without distortion, and each thing finds its place. It is not an ending, it is a threshold. You cross it every day, sometimes in big steps, sometimes in humble ones. The permanent is the turn of your intention, and the turn has already begun. Share this teaching with whoever needs it and subscribe to keep training this clarity together. The revolution is served in silence, and silence, when tended, shines.